hand. When we feel cared for by the company, we can go above and beyond and give our discretionary effort to the company. And finally, when employees are empowered, then they are more often the hardest working and innovative team members. And conversely, if we look at these negative and unpleasant emotions, when we feel anxious, we are more likely to be reactive. When we feel stressed, we can become aggressive, and it's a human nature. When an employee feels fearful, they can sometimes blame others. And when we feel disempowered, we can assume lack of responsibility and ownership for our work. And I believe we all have been there. So research, to finalize my, let's say, first part, research shows that people in high-performing organizations experienced more positive emotions and fewer negative emotions than those in low-performing organizations. And I think sometimes we all feel as these people sitting around the table, and then we can reflect how well we are performing in these days when we have these feelings or emotions. And that's why we offer you today a possibility to try out Emotional Climate Index. And I will not just explain what it is, but you will try it out as well. And this survey measures 3 distinct, let's say, things to help identify whether or not emotions experienced need to shift. So we measure current, the blue line, experienced emotions, expected emotions, and ideal and desirable levels of emotions. And this index measures the 10 most frequently experienced workplace emotions, and it's based on the pretty long time of research. So all 10 you can see in this chart. And also what we can do, and we will do it today just for you to see, we can have any demographic choice. So we can sort this, let's say, survey by departments, by age, by working place, by gender, any way you like. Respondents have also possibility to give their free text responses, and all information is confidential. We also here don't know what answer each person has given, and so we don't see, we just see the final results. It's really quick and easy. It will take 5 to 7 minutes to fill out, and it can be used as before and after assessment tool if it's necessary, just to measure how people are feeling now, and there comes some change and what happens afterwards. And it's available on all electronic devices. So if we look at this chart, you can see that, for example, feeling exhausted at the bottom, you see the very big, let's say, difference between how the people are feeling currently and how they expect to feel. So that's your gap to work with. So when you understand how your people are feeling and how they, let's say, want to feel or expect to feel, and where the gaps are, this is the tool to help you fix it afterwards. Yeah, you said that, okay, this is how we look like, and we can now think about what can we do about it. So these are these 10 feelings. They are all, you don't have to now read all the definitions. They will be also in this survey. You will see it in a moment. 10 unhelpful, 5 unhelpful feelings and 5 helpful feelings. And what you will see, I will ask you, how many years do you work in HR? Just that you can see that there can be different demographics, and how many people work in your company. And when you go forward, you can see, okay, here I see the feeling valued. Then comes the definition. So all the respondents are kind of more or less on the same understanding. What does it mean to feel valued? And then you can see these states. the current state, expected state, and the ideal state. And when you choose your, let's say, frequency level, how frequently you feel that way, you punch on those round things, and then you can see what it means. Does it mean never, or does it mean always? Yeah. So here with the blue letters, you can see what each of these round things mean. And that's how you go through all the 10 feelings. And at the end, you have the possibility to give some comments about, yeah, which are the most helpful feelings at work and which are the most unhelpful feeling at work. So that's possibility for respondents to give, let's say, more detailed explanation. And also it's very great source of information for the HR or company. So let's try out. I have put the link in the chat, and please, yeah, please fill out this this assessment, try out it, feel it, easy, not easy, and how it works. And I will give you some 5 minutes to fill it out, and then we can look at the results together at once, because results will be available. So I ask you to try it out and then see how the results will look like. Does it work for everybody? If not, please let me know, and maybe we can do something about it. So I see the results are coming in. I will also share the screen that you can see it also. So please continue to fill in, and we just can start looking how they are coming in. So here we have. So for now, there are 19 respondents that we have completed. Already 21, great. So we can see that this tool works online. You can see the results as they come in. Do you feel, Elvi, do you see the full screen? You can see all the feelings also at the bottom. Yeah? Okay, great, thanks. Great. So yeah, just to move on and yeah, start to explain what do you see here and what's happening. So here you can see how your group today is feeling and how you would like to feel or expect to feel. Take into account your maybe work conditions, situation of your work at your workplace, and so on, and what would be the ideal state. So the blue line is this, how are you feeling, let's say, recently, and what do we have to pay attention to is the difference between the blue line, the existing feelings, and let's go to the black line, to expected ones, because ideal, that's always a little bit further away than expected. So so the biggest difference, what I see from 28 responses for now, is between the feelings. For the feelings, looks like the exhausted is 1.3. The difference between the blue and the black line, that's yeah, disorganized, that would be 1.2, 1.2, 1.1, 1.1. Yeah, so what do we see? The biggest difference, and where lies the opportunity for you to do something about, is for the exhausted. That's the biggest difference, 1.3 points. And also disorganized, that's 1.2 points, and stress is also 1.2 points difference. Also, what we can see, and actually empowered, here is also pretty big difference. For the feeling empowered, also 1.2 points. What we see, what we can also see, where the organization or team is, let's say, the best at. And here, for you as a group, we see the smallest difference. Here's 5 and here's 5.7. Yes, so valued. So it means that your expectations for being valued and how you are feeling today is pretty close. So it's a good thing. Also, we have to notice what we are doing good and what we are maybe lacking, and maybe we need to improve somewhere. So so that's what this chart shows us, where we are good at. For example, you as a group feel pretty much valued, but concerning exhaustion, disorganized, and also empowered, there is, and as well as productive, actually, this is the room for improvement. And if we want to find out more, we also have possibility, as I said, look at the free text comments. And here, yeah, I don't understand that, but you do. So so here people can say what's on their hearts and what they want to change. Also, as I said, we can have this in any demographic way. So here we can see how our feeling. Let's have two opposites, people who are working in HR for less than 3 years. So see, here is a completely actually different picture. But if we look at the who are working more than 15 years, let's see. Here comes the pretty big difference between the how you are feeling now and how you expect to feel. So this is a possibility really to see by any demographic you like, also based on the how many people in the organization are working. Let's say it's less than 10. So these kind of are feeling, it's stuck somewhere. Yeah. So here also you see a bit different picture. And for the big organizations, let's see how the picture looks like here. Yeah, less exhausted looks like from the first glance. Okay, then yeah, so this is how it looks like, how it works like. We can also have, here is a button, download report. You can have it in a PowerPoint, nice PowerPoint presentation. So this is a possibility for you to quickly assess how your organization, how your team is feeling, and how another way how we are also using this tool is, for example, a big organization of, I don't know, 50 teams, and the organization wants to help their managers to become better, more emotional, intelligent leaders. And we make this assessment, emotional climate assessment, and we see, okay, in 45 teams, everybody feels great, expected, and current state is pretty close to each other. There are 5 teams where people don't feel good. And it's, again, red flag for the HR, and we can go and help those managers to do something different, to do something better for their let's say leadership skill, and for their employees, to make them feel engaged, valued, empowered, less stressed, less exhausted. So this is also a great tool just to find out maybe there are some teams where something is not working well, and also for the whole organization, just to check what are we as a system doing good, and maybe where we need to improve our let's say performance. And what we saw in Latvia, I will share you also this slide. This is the emotional climate in Latvian organizations in Latvia this year. Also, we measured last year the situation last year, and it has changed a little bit if we compare to the last year. In Latvia, actually, people feel empowered and valued, similarly like you do. But similarly like you, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of feel exhausted and stressed. What's different from the last year, actually? Last year, informed was very on the bad level. And so, yeah, no wonder that the information was lacking, and also people felt mistreated very much last year. But this year, this gap has reduced, but still it's pretty, still it's there, yeah, not the perfect way. And yeah, what we see, as I mentioned already, this example with the managers and the teams, we see the manager has the biggest impact on the way people feel. And we also see it in this emotional climate index survey. This is the result from one organization, but two different teams. And here we just put in the brackets best boss or worst boss, yeah. But here we see that that in this team, people feel the way they want to feel, and even in the ideal state even. And when we talked with the CEO of this company, she said, yes, this is the, let's say, teacher type boss, involves everybody, delegates, and so on. And here you see people feel disorganized, stressed, anxious on a very, very high levels. So yeah, and she said, yes, this is actually no wonder. I know that this is more like micromanager, not delegating, taking all to himself, and so on. So that's, you can see even and see in also in this this survey. And it's not like I'm just saying this. It's also that, let's say, the latest McKinsey report says that interpersonal skills and empathy are the skills managers need to, let's say, address in the future the most, and see what's the growth from the 2019 to 2020. So the need for these skills has been growing, and that's why we can also, let's say, help organizations in Estonia to help their managers, their employees, to become more emotionally intelligent, to measure the emotional climate index and other tools, and that's why we offer possibility to get certified. I just quickly put this on, and you will then can have a possibility to read it later. But by certifying, you get the access to all the products and programs. You can help your employees to develop in a emotionally intelligent skills way. You can use this emotional culture index at no cost. You have access to all the training programs that are developed in Genos International. Also, there is a tool for recruiting emotionally intelligent people, and yeah, of course, becoming a part of the Genos tribe. And of course, there are good offer for the ICF coaches. You can see, and the cost of training and certification that usually takes 2 full days if it's on site, or 8 times 90 minutes if it's off site. And we have a pretty big team. As I said, we have Marko in Estonia, for now the only one who has access to all these tools and can help your organizations. But we also have in Latvia inside organization trainers within the organization. So let's say people from HR department, usually specialists who would like to help the organizations and employees to perform better. So here are the companies. We have practitioners who are working with those tools. So as I said, there are many of them, wide range of tools to measure emotional intelligence, assess, to develop, and also this climate index. And taking this opportunity when I'm here with you, we are also in Latvia looking for a partner in Estonia, looking for a partner who could help us to, let's say, grow the business in Estonia. So if you are interested, please get in touch, and we're really looking forward to someone who can, let's say, bring this tool, bring this approach, and help Estonian managers to become more intelligent, emotionally intelligent, and great leaders, as well as employees towards their, let's say, customers and towards each other. Because as Maya Angelou is saying, that people may forget what you say, people may forget what you do, but people will never forget how you make them feel. And this is the quote that I love the most, because feeling is that what sticks, what stays, and what makes you better spouse, better friend, better colleague, and better leader. So now I'm open for your questions, and yeah, maybe some remarks and so on. So let me know if you have anything.
Et kui kellelgi nüüd on küsimusi, et siis on aeg, et saab küsida.
So maybe tell what do you think about this tool? What was it? Okay, easy, not easy? What first impressions? Even in the chat you can put something just to let me know how was your impression of this tool.
Yes, I have a few questions, if it's okay.
Sure, great.
Yeah, I'm also representing a employee experience survey industry.
Mm-hmm.
And a few questions. You provided this display how you can compare different different departments or managers, but can you also put the whole organization on a one chart where you can see department by department or leader by leader, the comparison, how manager A compares to manager B?
Mm-hmm. We can see the whole organization in a one chart. Then because there are 10 feelings and you cannot put everything in a one, then it will be a huge mix. But I'm not a big fan of comparing, let's say, managers to each other, because everybody has their own, let's say, approach. I think the most important is to see how each manager is doing, how their people are feeling. And we can see by each team separately this chart, how my, let's say, sales team is feeling, how my, I don't know, IT team, how my accounting team are feeling. So, so this is, it will not be in the one chart, it will be in separate charts for each team.
But can you compare the demographics, for example, by working experience or gender?
Yes, you will have a separate chart for the people who work, let's say, less than 10 years or who work from home. These are again separate charts where you can see, okay, people working from home, they are feeling, I don't know, less engaged, but more productive. So that you can see. Or working from office, they, I don't know, are stressed or are very informed and so on. So that you can see and compare, of course. But there will be, let's say, technically 2 charts. If I understand your question.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but you can compare, of course. You put them next to each other and you see what's the difference, how people are feeling. Yeah.
Well, that actually leads to my final question. You said that you have very different way to slice the results by demographics, and I saw you had very representative brands among your customers in our Baltic region already. I assume many of those companies are working on social responsibility matters and inclusion, especially. How can you actually manage the demographic view, for example, from a gender point of view or age point of view? I mean, it's what we have done. We have opted all this out because we feel that it's a discrimination towards a certain group of colleagues in a company. So how do you approach this matter? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. This is a free choice of the company. Do they want to see by how women or men are feeling, or which age group are feeling? Because when they ask me what is the best demographic, my answer is, what do you want to do with those results? And the most frequent answer is that, of course, we want to know how the teams are feeling, not how the women maybe or the men. It's maybe interesting to know, but what will you do if you know that women are feeling this way or the men are feeling that way? It's more like how the team is feeling. And then, and this is just, let's say, in a way, just the tool to measure the climate. But the strength lies in what are you doing afterwards. And that's the conversation, that's the involvement of the employees. What can I do, or what we all together can do to make ourselves feel better at the workplace? So I think, because, yeah, I also not fan of just making the different demographics, but if the client wants, of course, we can provide this opportunity. So you just have to know what are you going to do with this data. Nice to know or need to know. Yeah, so that's the key.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We have some questions in chat also.
Yeah.
Kerli is asking at how often is okay to use it in your sites?
Well, I think there are different approaches. We have clients that are using once in a quarter. But I think it's useful to use if you are doing something with those results, because there also have been situations that company measures and nothing happens afterwards. And then when they measure second time, everybody asks, oh, why should I do it? Nothing happened. So it's as with all tools. Yeah. So I would say depends on your, let's say, willingness to do something about it. If you know that there will be some change coming after within this month, and maybe I need to measure next month, you can do each month. You can do quarterly. You can do once in 6 months or once a year. But I think that yeah, I think more frequent than once a year would be beneficial, because you are doing all the time something, and just to know is it working or not, that would be the best approach from my side.
Okay, I will take one last question from here. What is the price of this tool for a company?
Well, it depends on the size of the company, but just to give you a feeling, let's say company of 100 to 300 employees would be around 400 euros per this one assessment. If we are, let's say, having a contract for a longer period, then it will be frequently each month or each quarter, then we can, of course, discuss. But if you want to make it one time, and your company is like around 100 plus employees, then it would be around 400 euros. If you want for one team, let's say you say, oh, I'm not sure about one team, then it would be around up to 100 euros. So yeah.
Okay, let's take it from here. So thank you, Jana.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And kui kellelgi on veel küsimusi, siis võite mulle saata meili peale ja ma siis edastan need Janale. And I told them that if they have any questions, they should email me and I will send them to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Ja, bye.
Bye.
Aga lähme nüüd siis edasi ja siis järgmine presentatsioon on meil Viilup-uuringutelt, keda siis esindab Liis Soome. Ja ma juba näen, et Liis on seal juba valmis. Ja. Aga siis lähme siit edasi.